I look at this whole thing as even a bigger picture. I don't even know if we would be here 45 days ago. George Floyd, wasn't murdered, on a street that was a mile from my house. Tony knows it was a mile from where we went to college, and, just steps away from where I grew up. My dad ran a bar on Chicago Avenue, literally steps away from, where all this happened. And I think, a bigger picture, goes to, looking inside. And, I looked inside. I know Bill said it. He's done a lot of thinking over the last month, like we all have. And, I looked at it and, tried to be there's problems, you try to look inside and you try to be vulnerable. And for me, the answer was really clear, is that if you're white, you killed George Floyd. And we are complicit, being white, to have done this over the last 400 years. I mean, we really have. And, growing up in Minneapolis, I wasn't educated. And I've done all the reading I can on Martin Luther King. We have the same birthday. So I've read his autobiography and I understand where he came from and what a genius he was and what a scholar he was. And, but we weren't educated on Martin Luther King. We weren't educated on what happened on Black Wall Street. We weren't educated on what happened in Wilmington in 1898. I mean, this has all come to fruition the last, 45 days, and black men and women and children are being, thanks to technology, white people are starting to feel the pain. And as people said, it's kind of a tipping point. But, the things that come to mind, and you as a player, Mike, Kevin, I didn't know what white privilege was until a couple of weeks ago. And I thought just raising my daughters not to see color or lifestyle or personal background, was what it was all about, and, hiring a staff and coaching players and not seeing color, being a coach and never really seeing color, and, being blessed with having Tony Judge as a teammate, it just was an excuse. And, we clearly, empathize through the eyes of the pain that's going on. That's brought us to this point today. Probably we wouldn't be having this, this conversation. So, as I look at it, it's a bigger picture. It's an educational picture. If we're all educated better in the white community of what's happened, the pain that Black men, women, and children have had over the last 400 years, there'll be more people like us who are white and a little bit older who know this is our last chance to be able to change, the direction of mankind. It starts with education. It starts with our legislators and our lawmakers who are in Congress and in the Senate. The average age is